Charlie, Judge, Ron, Kelsey, and Kelsey, you know, your dad was a legend in many, many ways. Gypsy, Charlie, Charlie adopted me because of Greg Cumberland. He adopted me. He's been a hero of mine. He's been a friend of mine. He has never buried an iota. And I'm sorry that your mom couldn't be here today because she was here last year on Mother's Day. And Leslie and Ray both, I'll say it, you couldn't be represented by two finer people who are any more respected than them. And I think I'm very lucky again that my buddy Ray Stubbo is back up there with me, because between the three of them, Pikeville and Eastern Kentucky will never get shortchanged. And Billy will tell you, I told Billy early that I couldn't win this race if I didn't have labor. And when I was recruited to run in this race by the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, they dangled all those things they could do to help me. But I said, if I don't have labor on my side from day one, I can't win this election. And nobody has been kinder to me and been more supportive of me in this quest than Billy has. And I can sit here today and say, with lots of friends I have in labor, and Billy has seen several things that we've done together, that I don't have two fine friends in labor than Charlie Cantrell and Billy Thompson, who will fight as hard for me as I will for you. And everybody in this room is fortunate that you have that kind of leadership. Charlie, I guess, probably has one of the longest tenures of anybody in the United States running a union. And he has kept this group together, and I've been here 3 times now. So I know what it's like to be before this crowd. So I feel like I'm at home. And the reason I'm here today is to let you know the kind of fight we're in for. But more importantly, to let you know the kind of fight that Mitch McConnell's in. You know, it's Mother's Day. And Mother's Day is a tough day for me, too. It's been a tough day for me because I lost my mother in a drunk driving accident 36 years ago. And I never enter a Mother's Day that it doesn't like any day. And this has generally, in my life, been a somewhat sad day for me. But because the last 2 Mother's Days I've spent here, I feel like it has a purpose. And it's very clear what that purpose is. The purpose is to take on someone who has deprived middle America from a good livelihood. You know, I grew up on a small farm, as Billy said. My dad was a union laborer who drove an hour and a half each way on a 2-lane highway to his job. If my dad were working today and had that same drive, he would probably see 40% of his paycheck go for gas and oil. And everybody in this room is affected by that. And it's not the fact that it's just going to $4 a gallon. It's the fact that the indifference and the arrogance of George Bush and Mitch McConnell, who don't care that that's happening to you, that take no responsibility that that's happening to you. What have we got in 24 years of Mitch McConnell? At this point, the finished product, we have a war that nobody believes we should be in. They can call it anything they want. We're in a recession. We have health care that deprives 47 million people of being covered. Single mothers are going to bed at night with tears in their eyes because they don't know if they can take care of their children's health needs. People all over the United States are suffering in a way I haven't seen in my lifetime. 81% of America thinks we're going the wrong direction. Now, we all have confidence in Americans. They're resilient. Give them the right path, they can do anything. You know, my dad fought in World War II. He was part of America's greatest generation. My dad thought he could do anything. And I grew up on a small farm 5 years without indoor plumbing. And my dad said, in America, you can do anything. You can live the American dream. You can go from the outhouse to the penthouse. And that was true. And it happened to me. But you can't do it today. If you're one of his rich buddies, if you're one of Mitch's rich buddies, one of those rich corporations, your dream just continues to get better. But the average American's not. And I relish the opportunity to take this on. come May 20th, it's going to be a really important day. Because somebody's going to have to get in there and begin to say it's got to get better. And you know, the good thing is, the Republicans have disserviced this country so badly that bright young Democratic senators up there have begun to do really well. We have people like Jim Webb, who barely won against a guy by the name of George Allen. And now he's the leading advocate in less than 4 years on the new veterans bill that gives them better health care benefits and better education. But we can't pass it through Mitch McConnell. People want things done. They want to have a house that they don't have to worry about being foreclosed on. They want to have a health care policy that will take care of them and their family. They want to have a good job. They want to have great opportunities. They want to understand the war we're in rather than being told propaganda. And if it's worthwhile fighting, America's not going to have any problem accepting it. But if it's not, then let's look for something different. Let's save the dignity of the 4,000 that have been killed. Let's bring them home, and let's do it on a timetable that makes sense. And let's turn this relationship into one that's productive for America with Iraq instead of going just the other way. You're worried about roads, and should be, Judge, they're not having any problem us building roads in Iraq. Louisville, they're worried about a bridge they've been waiting on for 30 years, and we're building bridges all over Iraq. That's what's got to change. And they hide behind policy. They hide behind research. They never quite tell you the truth. You know, Republicans for years have won elections by convincing people that government doesn't work. And then they get elected and prove it. And they've been doing that for some time. And it's become very apparent in this country. If you're average American, if you want to live like a Republican, you better vote Democrat. Because it's going to be your only chance. Because Mitch McConnell is unaffectionately known in the U.S. Senate as Dr. No. No to children's health care. No to veterans benefits. No to good armor and protection for our soldiers. No for equal rights. No for employee-free choice. This is the guy who stands between everybody in this room and your relatives, between living the American dream. And George Bush, he's gone in November, and we will have a Democratic president that's going to make changes. And in order to make those changes, we have to get the last remaining hurdle out of his way, and that's Mitch McConnell. And I can assure you that everybody says, "Ooh, Mitch McConnell, wow, you know, he's mean, he's this." Are you ready for him? Well, you know what? I want to know if he's ready for me.
Yeah.
With you on my side, he's never had anyone who had the resources against him. He's won 4 elections, either with the strength of a president that carried a lot, or a candidate who didn't have any funding. He's never had anybody spend $2 million in a race against him. He will spend $25 million to protect this seat. And it's not going to be enough. Because I'm going to have labor, I'm going to have middle America in Kentucky, and I'm going to have roots all over this state from a previous governor's race that I ran with one of the homeboys for you, Greg Sumner. And when people ask me how I'm going to win this election, I tell them I'm going to win it from east to west. And I'm going to come out of the mountains roaring like an Eastern Kentucky boy. And we're going to win this election because he's going to see numbers against him like he's never seen before.